Hi guys, Whitney English here for Day Designer, and we've had a lot of questions about the Day Designer Mini, which you can see right here. So I actually wanted to take a couple minutes and walk you guys through this. I'm really excited about this little gem. So the Day Designer Mini is a little bit smaller than a regular Day Designer. So just to kind of give you guys a comparison, here is how the Mini stacks up in size compared to the regular Day Designer. If I put that down like that, you can kind of see about an inch smaller all the way around. I can get the exact dimensions. I meant to grab a ruler, but I don't have one here in front of me. Nope, no ruler. So it's smaller, and there are some different features. So when we first debuted the Mini, people thought that it was exactly like the regular Day Designer, and it's not. It is a different version, and I wanted to explain a little bit about why we designed it that way and tell you a little bit more about it. So first of all, we do ship all of our books with a protective film right now on the gold corner. So if you can see that corner, this corner has the protective film removed, and this corner has a blue protective film. So when you get your Day Designer, you'll probably just want to remove that. So there you go. Two beautiful gold corners. Exciting. And right now, the Mini only comes in our Spotty Dots color, which is actually kind of an off-white. I call it bone. Black and bone are my favorite two colors, I think. And with a white box in the center. And so that's the cover style. On the inside, there is a pocket, a little tiny pocket. So here's something about Day Designer. We believe in personal growth and always being a better version of ourselves tomorrow than we were yesterday. And just like we believe that for ourselves, we believe that for our products as well. So we are constantly growing and changing things. And we have had some feedback from you all on the pocket. So we are in the process of researching some pocket options. So this might change in the future. But right now, all of our Spotty editions are shipping with this pocket right there. You guys can see that. On the pages, we have a lovely page weight here. All of the printing on these pages is done in gray. So it's supposed to just make it easier on the eyes, not quite as harsh as black and white, a little bit more faint. Sometimes I like to use the lines on my Day Designer as guidelines, like the lines that you would write on. And so I really wanted those to be a little bit more faint on this. We use a dotted line. It's actually not a solid line. So if you wanted to use this as almost a graph paper type concept, like sketch stuff out, sometimes I used to draw house plans on notebook paper in high school. If you want to draw house plans on your Day Designer lines, you can. So anyway, on the front page, we've got the Day Designer Mini. There's a spot for you to write your name. And then we have a little bit of information here on how to design your day. And then the first sheet we have in here is an important things and a victory list. So on the important things, this could be, I love the quote, Albert Einstein said, never memorize what you can look up. Never memorize something that you can look up. It's actually right there in the book. So just important numbers, things you need to know. I always, at the end of the year, I always have a listing of things in my Day Designer that I'm transferring to my next year's Day Designer. And then on the bottom of this page, we have a victory list. And this is because, frankly, I just believe we all need to be better about celebrating the little things. Life is not all about the mountains. Sometimes it's about the stops up. So this is new. This is where we start getting pretty different. There are no worksheets in the Mini. No personal development worksheets. But we do have 4 calendars. So the Mini is a non-dated tool. It's a non-dated resource, but we have included a calendar for 2014 for looking back, a calendar for 2015, 2016, and 2017. And so these are just reference calendars. So there are actually 350 pages in the Mini total, including these reference pages at the front. And what was I going to say? Oh, I'll tell you in a second. You may not use the Mini. It may take you longer than a year to use up the Mini. So, and I'll explain why in a second. And that's why we've included these reference calendars for 2014, 2015, 2016, and 2017. You can see them right there. So that's handy. Then we have a 2015 quick planner. So this is just, it's kind of like a year at a glance. There are 6 months on a spread. And this is just a reference tool for you. This is just something for you to look at and sort of plan out your 2015. Now, you may use your Mini beyond 2015, and that's totally fine. There is not a 2016 reference calendar in this. We've only included 1 year's worth of reference calendar. Actually, quick planner. So let me get my terminology straight so nobody gets confused. This is the quick planner calendar right there. It says quick planner at the top. Okay, cool. And then this is the reference calendar right here. Reference. Okay. So 2 different calendar styles at the beginning to help with your planning. Okay. Then we get to the day at a glance page. And so these pages do mimic the traditional Day Designer page. And this is the original format that we have used since debuting the Day Designer in the summer of 2012. So I actually made the first draft of a planner product in November of 2010. I was at my in-laws' house for Thanksgiving, totally stressed, really needed something to help organize me. And that's where the research on Day Designer began. And we started with year at a glance and asking the question, how do people plan their years? And then we went to months, and then we went to weeks, and we ended up on days. As really, that was the hole in the market at the time. There were no other intuitive daily planners, and really that's what this is. The Day Designer is all about user experience and just I'm trying to let me back up. It's really all about how you use it. We want it to be intuitive. We really want you to be able to open this up, and we want these boxes to make sense for what you have to do that day. So we have a spot at the top for you to write in your date. So this is what makes it non-dated. There's not a day of the week, and there's not a date. We've got our inspirational quote at the top. It's hard to do this camera thing. Inspirational quote at the top. We have your today's top 3 with check boxes. The check boxes are new for our 2015. I found myself really wanting to use that to mark those things off that I'd done them as I used my Day Designer. So we changed that to have check boxes. It used to say 1, 2, 3. But I really believe in the power of a check box, to be totally honest. We've got our 4 boxes, our do, dollar, dinners, and don't forget. People a lot of times ask what I use these for. Do you can use for a deadline, an assignment that's due, a bill, anything like that. Dollars, I try to use that for something financial. It can be how much you've spent or how much you've saved or how much your shop has done. If you're a shopkeeper or a business owner, what your revenue income has been. Dinner, this is just a really quick reminder. Do I need to make dinner? Do I not need to make dinner? Are we going to dinner with people? What are kids eating for dinner? Just anything to remind me about what the plan for the day is on that can go there. And then there's a box for don't forget. And this is where I keep my husband's schedule. So if he has something important on that day, I try to write my reminder in that box. Then we have the today and to do. So the The hours on this is shorter than our traditional day designer. This is going from 7 to 7, and our traditional day designer goes from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. So that's a little bit different in this. And then we've got our to-do list on the other side of that. Love those check boxes. We have a section for download, and I call download, we call this download in notes because a lot of people are saying, what do I use a download for? Download is just all about getting it out of your head and onto paper, and that's one of the other things that's really powerful about Day Designer is so many times we keep running to-do lists in our head, and if we will take the time at the end of the day to download what happened that day and just get the stuff that's bothering you, or even just take the time to write down at the end of every day your daily gratitude, which that's the section over here. Again, another Day Designer signature element. But write your daily gratitude, get it out of your head onto paper. Think about what you've got to do tomorrow. You can do that in the download in the notes section, or even just celebrate the little victories. There's always something to be grateful for. So here's the concept behind this. There are 350 pages in here. So there are close to 340 daily pages. There are 365 days in the year, right? Well, I noticed whenever I was using my Day Designer, I don't always use every day. I skip days a lot. Not every day gets filled for me. And I really wanted to know that I was going to be able to use every page. Or I wanted a book, and I'm fine with skipping a page. It doesn't bother me. Sometimes I like the fact that it's dated, but I wanted to be able to grab a book and just turn to the next page and then write the day's date, write the date, write what I was doing in that, and so if I skip a day, I skip a day. No big deal. I just constantly turn to the next page. So I wanted something to be, again, more intuitive, more natural. When we first debuted the Day Designer, we debuted a dated and a non-dated version, and we had different responses to each. And over the years, we've had people ask us to do a non-dated version again, and the mini is really kind of our response to that need and that request from the audience. The other thing about it is a lot of people don't like the combined weekend pages. But here's the secret. It is hard to fit 365 pages in a book and not have it be too thick to carry. So when we were creating the original Day Designer, one of the things that happened was when I did the first series of files and we sent it to press, it came back. It was huge. It was massive. It was more pages than you could ever bind in one time. In fact, we were trying to figure out how to bind it, and we realized that they don't make binding that big. And one of my friends that was working with me at the time, Anna, came back to me and she was like, "You're going to have to take something out of this book." I was like, "I don't know what to take out." And we sat down and we did the math, and she was like, "You can fit this number of pages in the binding." She was, "You're going to have to lose," I can't remember what the number was, but you're going to have to lose 200 pages or something like that. And so one by one we went through and we figured out what do people have to have in a daily planner, and then what's one of the things that we can let go of. And so one of the things that happened was we ended up merging the weekend pages into a combined Saturday and Sunday weekend page in order to help everything fit. And we've heard over the years, a lot of people say they have more to do on Saturday and Sunday than they do the rest of the week. And I get it. I have 3 kids. I mean, we are so busy on Saturday and Sunday, and a lot of times I'm catching up on housework and things like that. And so the mini is actually a way where you can keep going through those Saturdays and Sundays. So every page is the same, and by being able to just turn to the next page and start writing the next date on that, you're able to just keep a running record. So basically, by letting you develop the format as you go, we're saying, look, you can have a full page for Saturday and Sunday, But if you have a slow weekday, maybe you're just going to skip a page. And then the other thing people can do is we will have more of these. This is our first edition. Is the spotty dots on the mini, and we will be releasing more of these in 2015. So weird saying that. We will be releasing more of these in 2015, just based on feedback from you guys, the community users. I love hearing how people use different products. So that's it. I just wanted to show you guys that. And thank you once again for your amazing support. I am so grateful from the bottom of my heart. And I hope you get your mini, and I hope you love it. I can't wait to use mine. See y'all later.